Welcome to the channel. So today we're going to be asking what you're manifesting and where you are in that process of manifestation. And for those of you who might follow To Be Magnetic and their process of manifestation, I'm also going to add in, are you unblocked, which is just a general question around manifestation, and then are you expanded, which is something that is specific to that brand. If you don't follow them, don't worry, I will explain as we get into it, but I just really want to support you guys in manifesting what you want. So I'm going to ask you to pick from pile 1, 2 or 3 and we will get into your reading. Okay guys, so for pile number 1 we are looking at your manifestations. I'm going to be asking what you're manifesting, whether you're unblocked, what you need to unblock, and whether you're expanded. Let's get into this. I'm going to ask for you guys what you're manifesting, and I'm just going to pick a card here. So I have, when I make joy a priority, brilliant ideas will come naturally, support will surround me, and movements will form. I feel like a lot of you are manifesting house moves, relocation, or manifesting work on your home in some way. It definitely feels like there's a lot around the home. It's finances to support that as well, and I feel like I'm seeing a lot of you wanting more creativity in your work and also possibly looking for alternatives outside of a 9 to 5 or your main income that may be supporting something here. And I'm getting education for some of you, and family, education and family, so that may resonate for some of you as well in terms of what you're manifesting. So I'm going to ask whether you are currently unblocked and whether this manifestation is on its way to you, or whether there's a bit of more aligning to do to bring that manifestation to fruition. Obviously only take what resonates here. This is a general reading. So I'm going to pick from the Green Witch Oracle and see where you guys are in terms of your manifestation process. Success! You are in a position where you're very close. Either you can go ahead with, if you, for instance, want to move house, you know, there is a key on here as well. So I feel like you're very close to it. Or if it's something around spending money, I feel like the finances, they're there, but there are a couple of other moving parts that haven't quite clicked into place yet. And it feels very practical in nature, so it feels like it's just possibly about at the right time, whether if you need people, hiring people, whether they're available. It's those kinds of elements that feel like they haven't quite locked into place yet. Why it's not happening quite yet from an energetic perspective, what I'm picking up is that you have all of the elements you need, but something hasn't quite clicked internally of, yes, let's go ahead and do this, because it's about up-leveling your life, and whatever it is that you're manifesting is going to give you a lot of satisfaction, and it's about really accepting that and allowing it to flow to you. So I feel like that's the final piece, and I'm just getting the message that if there are any unexpected delays, this won't be for everyone, but if that's what you're experiencing, really it's an invitation to look within and to ask, is there something within? I'm feeling like something that could really speed up the process is for you to accept help in some way, or give yourself some extra time. That could be delegating, it could be delegating work, or it could be someone else looking after the children if you have any. It's just about giving yourself space. It's about giving something to you that you can then do whatever you want with, and that's almost like a mini version of what you would be doing with this bigger manifestation. It's about giving yourself what you want for no particular reason, not because you have to ask for what you want, but because you can, and I feel like that will help get you into the spirit of what the manifestation is about. Just for those of you who are into To Be Magnetic, I'm going to ask whether you are expanded in this, and expansion in their terms means that you have seen to believe that someone else has had the manifestation, and therefore you resonate with this person and you realize subconsciously that you can also receive it. I really love that process of manifestation. So for those of you who may follow, I'm just going to ask that question for you guys. I'll link their website in the description as well. Are you guys expanded? You and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. So I'm getting that you are personally expanded, but there's something about this being, it feels like you may not have, all of you may not have families, but I feel like for those of you who perhaps have children, or if you have a partner you live with, it feels like you're expanded personally, but when you think of the whole of your group dynamic, it feels like there could be more expansion around seeing yourself as a family unit and everyone enjoying this thing that you're manifesting. There's something about it benefiting all of you, where in the past perhaps you're focused through your process of manifestation thinking just about how things will affect you, and I'm feeling like it will speed up the process if you start to look towards other families who inspire you and expand you in terms of maybe everyone enjoying something together, this being about family time in some way, or whatever the particular thing is where it's going to be really meaningful for you to all enjoy this manifestation. So I really hope that this reading supports you. Do like and subscribe, and I hope to read for you soon. Pile number 2, this is your reading. We're going to be looking at what you're manifesting, whether there are any blocks in the way of that manifestation coming through, what you can do to remove those blocks. And for those of you who follow To Be Magnetic or the Expanded podcast, I'm also going to be asking whether you are expanded yet in this manifestation, and I will explain more of that as we get into the reading. So what cards shall we go with? I'm going to go with these Abraham Hicks cards. I'm just going to pick a card and see what you guys are manifesting. Okay, so I got my every story is attracting its vibrational match. So I feel like a lot of you, what I'm picking up is that you are manifesting something work related. I'm getting that it could also be a hobby, so, but it feels like a project of some kind, and it feels like there's something, either an opportunity or something that's going to give you an opportunity or give you more opportunities. For some of you, I feel like that could be equipment as well as a literal opportunity, as in someone coming to you and saying, would you like to do something? But I feel like you want more projects that are exciting, where you're really expanding your horizons, learning new skills, learning new things. You just feel like you need an injection of excitement and passion into this. That's essentially the feeling that you're calling in through some kind of opportunity. So I'm going to ask whether you guys are unblocked, whether this manifestation is on its way to you, and if not, what you can do to make that process speed up for you. So I've got be bold and make the first move. At the moment, and I feel like you are aware of this, that it's more of an idea in your head. I think you may have had a couple of conversations, some of you, not everyone, but it feels like you need to take more action towards it. And that can be things like research. It can be just getting serious about, yes, I actually want this to happen. It's not just a vague idea, but yes, universe, let's make this happen. Don't let pride get in your way. So there's something about the fact that I feel like you do want to be doing something new. It could be that you're using existing skills in a new area, or it could be that you're learning new skills and that you're learning something new. But there's a part of you where you don't want to start from the beginning. There's a kind of resistance to that. Spirit's saying, just really erase those thoughts as much as you can. You're just sort of bringing maybe past experiences or certain expectations to this manifestation, and I don't feel like that's actually going to be the reality. There's something, I feel like the more that you can expand your horizons, the more that you can let go of expectations, the more exciting the manifestation can be. I'm just going to pick a couple more cards to see if there are any other blocks here. Any other blocks for pile number 2 around this manifestation? Let your past go. So there's something here about, with this manifestation, you're really wanting this purely for yourself, to fulfill you. And I can feel that maybe in the past you might have chosen work, or you might have been very busy with work for some of you, but you might have been choosing things or even hobbies or tasks that were very practical to fulfill a certain goal. And other people may have said that to you. They may have said, don't do that, what's the point of that? You may have been discouraged from doing something that just purely gave you joy. If you're feeling a little like you're lacking the inspiration to pursue something, I think it's worthwhile exploring where those feelings stem from and whether they're really about the present or whether they're actually reminders of a past situation. Because I feel like Spirit wants you to know that you can manifest something. This won't be for everyone, but if it is, you can actually manifest a project that you are paid for, that you enjoy, or you can just pursue a hobby for the sake of it, for that joy and for no other reason. I feel like that's really what Spirit wants you to experience in this manifestation. So for those of you who may follow To Be Magnetic or the Expanded podcast, I'm going to ask if you guys are expanded, and that just means from their teachings that you have seen to believe that a manifestation is possible for you because someone else that you relate to or you resonate with has already had that manifestation, already does that thing. Actually, I feel like I'm already getting that maybe on YouTube or social media. You might watch people doing something that you want to do, or you watch people who are fulfilled by something that they do. So I do feel like you have seen to believe that it's possible for you. I'm seeing that very clearly. I feel like the main thing for you guys in terms of bringing this to fruition, it's a lot of you just kind of taking action, putting yourself out there, and just allowing yourself to enjoy something just because, for no other reason. So I don't feel like it's so much sitting around waiting for something to happen. I feel like it's taking those first steps that will really allow this to start flowing for you. I really hope this reading supports you. Let me know in the comments, do like and subscribe, and I hope to read for you soon. Pile number 3, this is your reading. We're going to be looking at what you're manifesting, whether you have any blocks to those manifestations, and also for those of you who follow To Be Magnetic or the Expanded podcast, we're going to be asking whether you are expanded in this manifestation, and I will explain that when we get to that point. But let's first of all look at what you guys are manifesting. So I'm just going to pick, whoops, dropping all the cards, going to pick from this Green Witch Oracle deck. Pile number 3, what are you manifesting? So I'm feeling connection, joy. I'm just going to get clearer because we haven't picked a card yet. Let's see what comes through for you guys. Energy. More like-minded souls. There's definitely, I'm going to leave this fairly broad for you to interpret, but it definitely feels like connection, enjoyment. You know, it's kind of like the feeling of spending time with a group of people and just really enjoying yourself. For some of you that could be making a particular connection, a romantic connection, friendships, new friendship groups, but it just feels like fun, you know, enjoyment, spending time with people that you love. So I'm going to say that's what you're calling in, and I'll just ask you to make that slightly more specific. Let's see whether you are unblocked in this or not. Okay, so I've got child. Maybe some of you are calling in a child. Giving and receiving. There's something here about fear around giving and receiving. A fear around how do I show up with people. I think that some of you may have had experiences earlier on in life where you didn't feel like you belonged to a group. You didn't feel like you had that connection where you could just really feel comfortable yourself around people, where you could trust people. So I feel like that's one of the things that's creating a hesitation around, can I really have this manifestation? Perfect timing. And I feel that you've also had glimpses of the possibility of having this manifestation. I feel like you may have had opportunities in the past or recently where you recognize, oh, it could have happened, but something about me, I held back, I didn't pursue this person or this group, and you've let things go. And then there's this question I can feel, well, we had the word time on this card, and I feel like you sense maybe you're getting older, you feel like you're running out of time, or you've missed opportunities and they're not coming back. So there's this sense of regret, which we're picking up around the blocks in terms of allowing this to happen. So I'm going to ask Spirit how we can allow this to happen. How can we let this opportunity really flow? Because I feel like the opportunities come, or they have in the past, but it's about maintaining that. I'm also just feeling like for some of you therapy could be very beneficial. Allowing yourself, and this won't be for everyone, but you know, if you feel called to, if it's something that you've been thinking about, just speaking to someone on a weekly basis for a certain amount of time and really sharing your thoughts, your inner thoughts, it could be very helpful for you to have someone else, you know, question the assumptions that you're making about yourself and just support you through a process. We've got bring love into the situation. The thing that's going to really help is bringing self-love into the situation, if you can, sitting with yourself and just really supporting yourself. So that, for instance, the next time that you go on a date with someone, or the next time you try and form a friendship with someone, I don't feel like it's about the initial interaction, it's about how do I carry that on, because there's a certain block that's coming up, self-doubt comes up a lot, and I just feel like it could be journaling all of your thoughts and then reading them back the next day and asking yourself, is that really likely? Am I being fair to myself? Am I being overcritical? And if you feel like you can't do that on your own, then I definitely feel like getting support from someone else would really, really help. I'm going to ask you guys if you're expanded. In To Be Magnetic's terms, expanded means that you seem to believe that something is possible for someone else and you resonate with that person, so you can realize that you could receive the same manifestation. I feel like you guys probably are expanded to an extent because it feels like you have had opportunities. I'm just going to tune in a bit deeper here. So I've got, my true safety lies in my capacity to align with the love of the universe. You can envision that something is possible for you, but again, it's really that giving yourself that support, or finding that support in the process of forming a friendship or a relationship. It's not about the beginning, it's about what we've already discussed. It's about after that initial interaction, and it's about really learning to truly see that you are okay just as you are. It's about witnessing that within yourself, which is a journey and it's going to take time. So it's not something that's necessarily going to happen overnight, but it's about constantly showing up for yourself, questioning limiting beliefs, questioning any negative thoughts about yourself, eventually learning to trust that those thoughts are not true. But that's a process, so it's a relationship with yourself as you explore relationships with others too. So I really hope that this reading supports you. Let me know in the comments. Do like and subscribe, and I look forward to reading for you soon.